What's going on, buddy? My name is ZealetPrince. Welcome back to yet another reaction video. And today we're continuing off where we left off with the stories of Sodor, going into episode 4 of this season 6, Troublemaker. Now, I know it's been a little bit since I recorded the last video, but it's been a little crazy the last week or so, 2 weeks rather, since that last recording. So I haven't really been able to get to this and the newest video that just came out the other day. So I'm going to be recording to both of them back to back here. And as for why I'm wearing my glasses, if you guys didn't know I had them, having a little more issues lately trying to see, so I'm going to wear them a little bit more often. And I might be wearing these going into the future, so we'll see how this goes. And if you guys want me to wear them, I'll wear them. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right into this video in 3, 2, 1, boom. We're going right off of the last episode with the new controller, everybody having it.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land.
A bad impression of him at the beginning, and he had a bad impression of the engines, but at the end of the episode, they all understood each other
and branch lines that make
and
up the
ended up working together. But now we are being introduced to another character that I'm familiar with, which is Dudley. If you don't know who Dudley is, go check out the original stories. I forgot who they were made by. I think it was the Berry Truck. It may have been somebody else, I'm not sure. I have to double check again. But here we go. This song still smacks. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's gotta be Joey. It's gotta be. I wonder how that's gonna happen.
It didn't take long for the junction upgrades to be completed, and even less time for the effects to be felt. Now that trains could travel directly between the Brendan branch and the mainland, our productivity increased dramatically.
Oh, so this plan works.
Efficiency was further improved by the addition of new track at the docks and the yard at Barrow. Speaking of yards, as planned, the one at Wellsworth was eventually closed down. I'm pleased to say most of its workers were reassigned, with only one getting the sack. And he did not take kindly to this. I'm sorry, Mr. Holgate, but my decision is final. You can't do this to me. I have a wife and 3 children. That hasn't kept you away from the bookies. Shut your noise, Rosie. Can you at least tell me why I was the only one that got the boot? Because your record is abysmal. I'm amazed you weren't dismissed years ago. I can explain. All right, explain.
Okay.
Yes, please do. I could use a good laugh. Nobody's talking to you, Ponce. On second thoughts, never mind. I'm not interested. Leave now or I'm calling the police. I'll make you pay for this. Good riddance to useless rubbish. Hear, hear. Anyway, what were you saying, Mr. Watson? I was saying with the recent changes to our operations, the workload has started to increase, so I have requested an extra engine to help out. He'll be arriving tomorrow to begin his trial. If he does well, I'll keep him on. Rosie, I would like for you to show him the ropes.
Oh, Rosie's gonna be showing him. Oh, Diesel's theme.
Hi there.
This is a different model.
Dudley. I'm Rosie. Welcome to Sodor. Good morning. Pleased to meet you, Rosie. Is that Edward and Donald and Douglas too?
He's got the Diesel demeanor.
To meet such famous engines. I take it you know about us from the Railway series? Well, you, Donald, yes. But Douglas and Edward, I remember your exploits during the war. Most extraordinary. I do hope
that's right, both twins didn't go into the war.
Your adventures. Careful what you wish for, pal. These two could talk your ear off about that. Well, one of us could. Oh, come now, Douglas. You're not that bad. And don't believe the propaganda, old chap. War is not an adventure. Fair enough. I must say it is a thrill to be here. I have long dreamed of working on the island of Sodor. That's good because we've got a lot to do. Starting with that train, you and me are to double-head to Barrow. Then lead on, my dear. How did I do? Great! You're pretty strong.
What kind of engine is Dudley? He's not a 9F, is he? No, not a 9F. What was oh my god, what was Peter? Oh, it's gonna bother me. Oh my god, I forgot. It's been a while, but let me know in the comment section, what engine is Dudley?
Just pretty. You're a smooth talker, but seriously, good job. Thank you. I am no stranger to hard work, not to mention I am quite versatile. Passenger trains, freight trains, I've done it all, and I've done it extremely well. You may hear
how this is gonna go
I know I'm
bad,
here
though.
on trial. If I wish to stay, I need to prove my worth. You're better off doing that through actions and not words. We don't really like boasting around here. I apologize. I didn't mean to sound boastful. Don't worry about it. You ready for the next job? Absolutely. What is it? We've got to take a return train to Brendam. Since you did so well coming here, you want to take the lead going back? Such an offer is like your face. Too lovely to ignore. Oh, you.
Wait, who's
Hello,
pulling
Rosie.
up? Oh, it's Boko.
Hey, Boko. Hi, Tony. Hi, Rosie. Who's this?
Tony.
This is our new addition. Dudley, this is Boko and his driver, Tony. Hello, Dudley. Hello, Dudley. Hello, Tony. When did you get here? How are you settling
okay.
in?
I'll read immediately off the bat.
Do you often ask strangers such intrusive questions? Sorry, I wasn't trying to offend you. I was just curious. Well, any number of cats could tell you why that's a bad idea. And your very being offends me. Can we collect our...
Okay, for those of you that don't know anything about Dudley's character, he has an extreme hatred for diesels because diesels are taking over the rail network and steam engines are being sent to the scrapper's torch. In the original story, he actually has the problem with Bear, but in this case, Bear isn't here, so he's taking it out on Boko. Still, I would recommend checking out the original story with Dudley in it. So, go check it out.
Train and go, please. Sounds like you two had an eventful run. Tell me about it. On second thoughts, you tell me about it. What the hell happened with Boko? All he did was ask you some questions. It was not his business to ask them. So if I did the same thing, you'd threaten me too? It was not a threat. And no, I wouldn't react the same way. You I like. His kind, not so much. What do you mean by his kind? Oh, I think I know. Well. If it isn't devious Diesel, I've heard so much about you. First of all, the name's Bruce. And second, if you're talking about the Railway series, I'm talking about the Big Four. I worked for the LNER back then. You were infamous for your schemes and tricks. I'm not that mongrel anymore. I doubt that very much. Your kind is inherently deceitful. There you go again. What are you talking about? Isn't it obvious? He doesn't like diesels. Is this true? What's to like? They are vile creatures that steal jobs from
he has no idea.
Engines like us. Like you mean? What are you... Why do you sound like... Wait, don't tell me you've undergone steam diesel conversion. All right, I won't. Ugh, why would you mutilate yourself like that? I don't have to explain a damn thing to you. If you'll excuse me, I need to see a coach about a train. Care to join me, Bruce? You bet. Welcome to Sodor, by the way. Shut it, Weasel. How can you stand those things? Those things are my friends. Prejudice is another thing we don't like around here. If you want to stay, you better get over it.
It's not going to work.
What did he say then? He just asked what our next job was. We didn't really talk much after that. How did you know he didn't like diesels? I recognized the look. I got it from the steamies that worked on the Hauzowen branch. They thought I was there to steal their jobs and all that rubbish. At least you didn't hold a grudge against steamies for that. If I hadn't been sent here, maybe I would have. In that case, I wonder if we could help, Dudley. I don't know. I remember when you first showed up, Bruce. You were more wary of steamies than hateful. Dudley, on the other hand, there's not much else we can do, Donnie. Ignoring him probably won't help, and I don't think me telling him to just get over it will do much. We should at least try. I guess. What have you got in mind? Hey, Bruce, sorry to interrupt, but can you do us a favor and move these vans? They shouldn't be here. Yeah, sure, no worries.
What is this theme? This is a new theme. What's going to happen? What's happening? What just happened?
Pop goes the diesel. Shut up! What happened? Looks like the brakes snapped and the gears got jammed in the sleepers. These vans are pretty worn out. They seemed fine when I brought them over. Hang on, you did this? If by this you mean followed instructions, then yes. What instructions? I was told a train would be assembled on this track. These vans were to be a part of it. And where did you get them from? A siding in front of a goods shed. Was it opposite a fuel tank? Yes. Why? You dopey git. That's the out-of-service siding. If a truck is shunted there, that means it needs to be repaired. Well, I didn't know. I wouldn't have touched them if I thought they were unsafe. Even if you thought you could get one over on old devious diesel? Don't flatter yourself. I wouldn't waste the effort, and I couldn't have possibly known you would handle them directly after me. Maybe you just got lucky. Sorry, Rosie, you're on your own. What is he talking about? Nothing. Let's take a breath here, fellas. Be fair, Bruce. Dudley's been here less than 2 days. He couldn't have known about the siding, and if someone told him to move those vans, someone did. It was one of the workers. Now I know you're lying. They all know about the siding. Maybe he's new too. Do you know who it was? No, I didn't catch his name.
Oh, it's probably the worker that got fired at the beginning of the episode.
Would recognize him if I saw him again. And so every worker who was on duty at the time was questioned. Unfortunately, they all denied telling Dudley to move those vans, and he couldn't identify which one had. I'm sorry to say this lent credence to the possibility his act had been deliberate. It didn't take long for this belief to spread. As a result, many of us were wary about working with him. Again, I'm sorry to say, this constant suspicion caused him to lash out, mostly at the diesels. What are you looking at? What are you anyway? A diesel rail car? You look like a motorized coach. And proud of it,
that's
I provide
basically
my
what she is.
with a most sumptuous ride. Is that all you can do? Take passengers? Hardly makes you useful. I am useful, thank you very much. Oh, can you pull trucks, bank a train, or even shunt? I don't know, I've never tried. I'm not exactly built for that kind of work. Well, I can do all that and more. So you're a jack of all trades but a master of none. Better that than a master of one.
Well, that hurt.
What is it, Rosie? I wanted to try and help you get over your hatred of diesels, but now I realize you're too much of an asshole for me to bother. Is that what the weasel meant? Were you trying to convince him and the others to be nice to me? You were wasting your time. Their kind are incapable of being pleasant. And so are you. I think it's best we work apart from now on. You can take this lot to Barrow by yourself. Another offer too lovely to ignore. You are most generous, my dear.
Oh, this is the old location. Wait, what's he doing with coaches? Did he get his... What did he do with his trip? Dudley.
Thanks for getting me out of there. No worries. How'd that even happen? I don't know. I was asleep and Tony was out at lunch. When I woke up, it was there. Why didn't they get the station pilot to move it? It broke down this morning. Then who put that train there? I think I have an idea, but first I have to ask, were you supposed to take the express? Yes. Then I have a really good idea who it was.
Dudley.
You admit to boxing me in? Not intentionally. With the station pilot out of commission, I was asked to do some shunting. That siding was the only one available. I had no idea you were asleep in the one next to it. Typical. A diesel being lazy while a proper engine does all the work. Oh, give it a rest, will you? How'd you end up taking the express? Yes, that's what I want to know. When Boko didn't show up, sir, the yardmaster asked me to cover for him. I didn't show up because you trapped me. Again, it was unintentional, and I apologize for that. Ugh, apologizing to a diesel. How revolting. So is your record. I finally received it today. I was wondering why head office had been so slow sending it. Now I know. If I had read it beforehand, I wouldn't have let you within 100 miles of here. I've made mistakes, sir. What about your 2 convictions for assault? Were those mistakes? No, sir. I lost my temper, but in my defense, I was provoked. Let me guess, they were diesels. They were. I'm sorry, Dudley, but your intolerance has become insufferable. I'm ending your trial and will be requesting your immediate reassignment. You can't do that. I'm the main reason this line hasn't been buried in trains. You overestimate yourself, Dudley. Every engine here has pulled their weight. And I'm sure Boko will do the same. How would you like to be reassigned to this branch? I'd like it just fine, sir.
Oh, shit.
You're going to replace me with a diesel? And I'm kicking myself for not thinking of this sooner. How does it feel to be replaced by my type?
Uh-oh. Assault. Another assault charge.
Oh God, what have I done? I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I don't want to hear it, Dudley. I'm calling the police. Regardless of what they do to you, I don't ever want to see you in this region again. But... fine. Your loss.
Oh, Dudley's out of the picture. How's Boko doing? Wait. Oh, she told Joey.
Holgate? Yes. In addition to tampering with those points, he confessed to telling Dudley to move those vans and to sabotaging the pilot at Barrow. He did? Why? Revenge. It seems his wife left him after he was sacked and took their children with her. He blamed the railway for that. He also admitted he was planning something bigger, but didn't elaborate. Thank Christ you pinched him before we could find out. Tell me he's going away for a long time. Oh, he is. Don't you worry. That's good news for us, not so much for Dudley. What's he got to do with this? In a way, he was set up by Holgate. If that hadn't happened, maybe we could have helped him. Holgate didn't make him attack me. He's right. And I know the criminal mind. He was bound to reoffend sooner or later. Once a crook, always a crook. Always? Almost always. At the very least, he deserves to know about this. I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Why
not? Joey explained that while being transported to Railgate, Dudley was killed in a crash. It seems a diesel went past a red signal and collided with him.
Oh,
a
shit.
sad end to an angry engine. Like Rosie, I sometimes wonder what might have been. If not for the actions of a vengeful workman, could he have overcome his prejudice, or would he have continued to be consumed by it? I guess we'll never know, will we?
Well, shit. I didn't think we were going to have Dudley killed off just like that in an off-screen event. Well, not really off-screen, but the event that triggered it was off-screen. And he got killed by Theodore, too, of all things. Have we... I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Is anybody else... No, this is... Oh, this is the first death of the season. Well, of this season so far. Or at least that I can remember at this point in time. But no, I didn't think Dudley's end was gonna be like that, because it was never directly implied in the original series. It was kind of just like thrown out there that he may have died. It was never given like a true explanation of what his fate was. So I guess this was like another play on words of that fate. But it was shown. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reaction video. Bye.